As soon as we set up our integration with NetSuite, what you get is all of your warehouse to store, store to warehouse, and store to store transfers start to sync in. When you have a warehouse to store transfer, we bring that in for receiving. When you have a store to warehouse transfer, we bring that in for fulfillment. And then when you have a store to store, it comes in as a TO that you need to both fulfill and receive. So because you're going to be doing on warehouse to store, you're going to be doing the fulfillment in NetSuite, and in store to warehouse, you're going to do the receiving in NetSuite. We've intentionally designed different life cycles almost of transfer orders in HotWax, so that way, if you want to integrate with a system like NetSuite, the life cycle still automatically completes, and it's not confusing as to like why this is waiting for it to be received. Like all that's built out properly. So what you'll see is once you start getting your transfer orders in, is they'll start showing up as transfer orders in HotWax. And for your stores, they'll start showing up in their fulfillment app and their receiving app. So like I said, let's start with a warehouse to store transfer. So here I am, I jumped over to our fulfillment app right now, and we're here in the Queens location. And I believe this right here, 1093, this is a store to warehouse transfer order. And so when you fulfill this, what will happen is, this will become an item fulfillment in NetSuite, and it will go to pending receipt in NetSuite. So that way, when your warehouse actually gets that transfer order with the tracking details, they'll be able to scan it into NetSuite as well. So when you come into here, you can have your stores, you can kind of choose how you want this workflow to work. You can require them to scan in all the quantities. Or you can also just let them, if they're allowed to, use the scanner for their convenience, and then also key in larger quantities themselves. So you have those options in the way you set up this workflow. And you can create multiple fulfillments against the same transfer order. So let's say in the first transfer order, I fulfilled one of these quantities and two of these. You can see as I go through and I've reached the correct amount of fulfillment quantity, it gives me a successful indication that you're good to go. But if I want to do a partial fulfillment, let's say I have like a really big return to vendor happening and I want to do multiple boxes, I can do, this partial quantity, go to create shipment, lets me know like, hey, are you sure? I can get a shipping label right from here as well. So any label provider like that you use, if you use ShipHawk or ShipStation, all of your rules will still apply. And if you use something directly like FedEx, it'll just get the cheapest rate and give them a PDF to print out right within the application, so they don't have to go to that different provider's application or portal to get those labels. It just makes it really easy. Still, if you want them to use, like for some reason, if they need to use a separate portal, they could also just enter in a tracking code themselves and go ahead and mark this shipped. And this will then create that item fulfillment in NetSuite that can then be received by your warehouse team. So you can see once I've fulfilled part of it, the rest of it is now open for me to continue my fulfillment. What I have here is, I can go and key in the rest of this quantity. It lets me know I shouldn't go over pick. And there we go. And I could just go through and complete the same process, and your you will now have two item fulfillments in NetSuite that you can receive against.